odofo Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo resigning ana odofo Ghana for kasa pan or Ghana how. Yes, see, Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo on the Juma to any minimum ya odofo. Just say yes, press conference now. Odi yena adini na asu nimfa so bia no. Ka by this time no, nkasa press conference no odi ye no. Enka wose onko beka o press conference ni mu say ti see an tin ton tan odine juma to ho. Odofo yesi, onfo na juma to enimeni mi ame no kasa. Odofo manko na yanko di sansem wo nyina enchiremu emra tisia e Ghanatube so.
Unfortunately, every step of the removal process being undertaken against me is being done in a manner that breaks every rule on how justice is delivered in our country. And this is why I find the need to draw the nation's attention to the serious violations of the Constitution and law in the process, and the danger it holds for the development of the nation's democracy. The removal process being undertaken against me is being done in a manner that breaks every rule on how justice is delivered in our country. And this is why I find the need to draw the nation's attention to the serious violations of the Constitution and law in the process, and the danger it holds for the development of the nation's democracy.
Well, that's Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo, her leadership. She has also indicated that, you are one of the first persons to have recommended or proposed to her that she should consider resigning, right?
Yes.
Right from the onset of this, she said she should consider resigning to save herself of, whatever will play out.
Yes.
She says it's not on the table. She has heard that advice that you offered, but it's not an option on the table. And this is why. Take a look.
Or retiring, while Article 146 proceedings are being conducted to remove a judge, is not an option any judge or public official can even have. There is a decided case on the matter by the Supreme Court. The suit number is J6/02/2019. Again, no one has the authority to walk away from proceedings started by the state. Judgment can be entered against you because you fail to defend yourself. And a judge who resigns or retires would still lose all entitlements that they have worked for because they failed to defend the claims and resigned or retired while the proceedings were still going on.
Well, so to the likes of you who held that view and made that proposal, that's the answer to you. It's not on the table. It's not something that should even be considered because of the details you have just given. Counsel, that's a response to that proposal you made. That's just a quick one. Is it one you still stand by?
No. Oh, but you remember, coincidentally, that week I was on a panel here with EDG. So EDG cited the Justice Amwa case. That one is even earlier, 2015. Right. That time JM was in his first term, right? And then, when each topic comes, you keep researching. You will never finish researching. So when this press conference came, and I went to look at the Justice Derry case, all right, Paul Derry case, all right, the Supreme Court mentioned that again. So, and then the Chief Justice cited a third case. But this Justice Derry case is also 2015, 2016. So, we had already, as I've said, the Supreme Court is the final arbiter. If they've said so, generally that's the law. But we can continue to advocate. I yield that there is a Supreme Court decision. But still, there is also wisdom in the proposition that resignation should be afforded people in that class in certain circumstances, right? Yes, because to every rule you find an exception. So let's look at this. Ghana has a
Order for Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo to say the resignation na no just woman na just say Ghana for train is any abasi say ɔmfa n'adwuma nto hɔ anim ya na kyerɛ sɛ sɛnea nneɛma si kɔ no deɛ nka ɛyɛ obi a ɔmo sɛ in her right senses no ɛwɔ apply normal wisdom a wohwɛ the way a nneɛma si kɔ no deɛ nka wɔ sɛ wankasa woba abɔnten press conference na aka sɛ tinto ntan mempɛ ne toto mempɛ ne no because mewɔ abusua nti de sisi a no mepɛ m'abusua asomdwe no ade nti sisi a mede m'adwuma ayɛ dɛn ato hɔ saa na Ghanafoɔ nyinaa ka sɛ ɔnyɛ ɔdɔfoɔ ɔno nso sɛ daabi da ɛnyɛ ade ɔbɛyɛ da ɛnyɛ ade ɔbɛyɛ da ɛnyɛ ade ɔbɛgye ato mu da sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde n'adwuma to hɔ daabi Chief Justice sɛ daabi ɛnyɛ ade ɔbɛyɛ enti ne press conference ne nsɛm a ɔkeka ne deɛ ayɛ de gya Ghanafoɔ nyinaa ka sɛ ɔnresign with immediate effect a meso megye ne nyinaa brɛw ɛwɔ Ghanatube ɔdɔfoɔ ma yɛnkɔ na yɛnkɔgye saa nsɛm mu nyinaa nkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ Ghanatube ɛmmra sisi a.
There's an evolving democracy. Now, you've seen, because she doesn't have an option to resign, you see, she's fighting back. And with the way she's fighting back, you see all the things that she's throwing out. Yeah? I mean, come on. If we all look at our judiciary now and as our nation, I'm sure by now it will be clear to a lot of us that, oh, it looks like if we could get a resignation for her, it would have been better than this fight. Yes, because now, she's dragging everybody down with her.
You say everybody who?
The committee, right? The president, etc. I think too many people are being dragged down. You see, so, well, in a way, it's helping to break the virginity of certain topics. You know, certain topics we would never want to discuss because, you know, we've evolved. A few years ago, you didn't even want to talk about certain things in the courts. I remember even last year when we were discussing, when Chief Justice Torkornoo wrote the letter to Ekufuado and we said no, it's unconstitutional, we're discussing it here. Hey, lots of lawyers were like, oh, why don't you leave this alone? So what I'm saying is that as a society, when it comes to talking about the judiciary, etc., it's a taboo topic generally. It's a taboo topic. But you see that with we are breaking it gradually, but with this press conference, too many boundaries have been broken. So now you see that the conversation is gone higher, and the way it's gone higher, you know, so many imputations of wrongdoing, etc. It kind of affects the system. It looks like this press conference has broken too many boundaries, brought in too many topics for discussion at a go than even the system can take. So sometimes when you look at it, then you see that, hey, Charlie, if we had arranged a resignation, overall would have been better. You see, because the truth be told, at least with the wrongdoings that have been alleged, I'm not going into them. So far, I'll just use what she has said, because I still go by the Supreme Court decision that in the Justice Derry case, that the fact that petitions have leaked or evidence have leaked, it's no justification for us to then descend and go in and discuss fully. No. In the Justice Derry case, they say if we did, it would be contempt of court. So even Chief Justice Torkornoo herself has opened herself up for a contempt case.
So with the address, this press conference that she addressed, would she have possibly swayed into the arena of contempt?
Oh yes, possibly. Yes.
With this press conference?
Yes.
Giving out the details of the petition?
Yes. And everything is done. Yes, it's up to the committee to take it up to the High Court. So let's be very clear. The committee doesn't have powers of contempt for listen to itself, but it has to then refer it to the High Court. But I'm sure she did a calculated guess, knowing that because of the office she still occupies, she's suspended, she's not been removed yet. As a society, we will be slow to say she should be hauled to the High Court for contempt. Yes, I'm sure she knows that she has at least some goodwill not to be taken to the High Court for contempt. That's why she did that, right? But me, how can I guess that? So let me be careful, because it's possible that I will be hauled to the High Court for contempt and she would not be.
That is if you get into the merits of the
exactly. So
but she had reason.
Clear of
she had reason. Yes. Why she did this and even addressed the press. She had 4 stated reasons. You know, that she's the one going through it alone, but the effect reaches beyond her and so on. She had a position on the secrecy of this entire process and why she attacked.
Therefore, when I say deja concerning Chief Justice get to Torkornoo resignation, you see, me for the Juman to form. You say. Emrano and Shedda and fast and Yamanaman and count, but one can if you answer wohwe se ne nyama si kona bibi a de unam so high court na ade those things ni see are suspended untumi nye ojuma biom for months now ya suspended for more than months now ya suspend untumi nye ojuma biom na ade ntinka common sense usu webusua na ade nyina umma na ade ewukunu na ade nyina trauma na ade nyanka sanye mriwe na nka wose ntumi kasi oh okay John Dramani Mahama mehu kwan ya opese ofaso ntino tinton time me ojuma to Ghana for see onfo na ejuma to enimeni ya ntino we na ense Ghana for twe ne sene abasa mso bi di nyina brew wo Ghanatube for mama refuse mba like na ma subscribe na ma share na ma hit notification bell no so am send the bear bring ya bibia do pay content wo nya ne tempa na wa hwe no tema for aha ana me ne nsem nya besi Ghanatube makram na bidamu nas